Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Apologies for not posting last week. Unfortunately, my PC decided it wasn't going to be a PC and it was instead going to become a car and have an engine, which, for anyone wondering, it doesn't have a car engine. But it did sound like it had one, hence I had to do a bit of vital work on it. Little update as well regarding a previous post I made on the post tab on my channel, which you can go and look at, where I said there was going to be Millennium Dawn videos coming to the channel, and then I just couldn't do it because it just didn't work out. Well, yesterday I had a little crack at Millennium Dawn. I was playing it for quite several hours, very many hours, just sort of stress testing my PC and testing to see whether it would work with Millennium Dawn, and I can confirm it works. I was able to play a very long game as Libya. Confusing game, yes. It was about 20 different leaders in the space of 5 minutes, but the general point is Millennium Dawn works. Will it work with OBS open? I don't know. That's the next test, effectively. If it does, then, well, I'll take the footage I record and just put audio over it in edit, and then you'll get a video on Millennium Dawn. But if it doesn't, then I just keep trying and figure stuff out, and then we go from there. Also, want to mention some Hearts of Iron 4 things with base game, which you can see. I'll move my mouse to it here. In the corner here, it says change background. It's all of the backgrounds here that you would have. This is why it's switching between them all. Forgot to unclick them. Oops. Had one set, which was not that one. Yeah, it was that one. Okay. Turns out, the reason it was switching between all of them is because I may have forgotten to unclick a bunch of them. But this is a photo I wanted in the background because I thought it was a quite a nice photo. But yeah, you can change backgrounds in Hearts of Iron 4 now. You can have them going between them, which I think is quite a cool feature to have. But that's obviously not what we're here for. We're here instead to get into a Hearts of Iron 4 game, as I wish I had the answer. I also want to probably avoid, we could play as Afghanistan. I mean, I don't see why not. You know what, we're playing as Afghanistan. I'm tired of taking 20 minutes to figure out a nation that we're playing as. Here we go, we're playing as Afghanistan today. We're basically going to have a little fun sort of game. We're going to use a couple of console commands to advance forward in the focus tree and get some sort of war focuses going. We're going to have a look at our military. Obviously, we won't have a navy. We're going to have a little look at the air force as well. Maybe we'll have some of that. Maybe we won't. We'll see in a minute. And yeah, we're just going to basically explore Afghanistan and have a little look at it. And yeah, just have a little playthrough with it. Nothing like a serious playthrough of, you know, trying to achieve a goal or fighting historical wars or anything like that. More just a sort of review, in a sense. Probably isn't the correct word, but we'll use it for now, of Afghanistan. Just have a little look. The next episode, which I know it's really early in the video to be talking about this, but the next episode I would love to be on Millennium Dawn. I'd love nothing more. Whether it will or won't, it strongly depends on a couple of factors, one being my PC and its space issue, which it apparently has. It's on the edge, I must say, but I continue to keep it there. But, you know, eventually at some point in the next 10 years, when I get in my new PC, then pretty much I'll be able to play a full Millennium Dawn game, hopefully, to some good detail for you guys. which would be quite nice, to be fair. But when that occurs, that will occur, and that's unfortunately not today. Now, I have not played Afghanistan in a long time. I'm pretty sure I played it when the DLC came out, but I don't think I played it since then. I don't even know if I played it on the channel, to be fair. But I have no idea how the country works. So this is going to be fun. You're finding out at the same time as me how this works and how we do everything here. It's no idea. Purely no idea. I can't even remember their focus tree. Okay, it's not the type of focus tree I thought it was. Right. This is a lot of... You can go to war with Iran? What? What? Hold up. Am I insane, or am I seeing the fact that the Soviet Union can give you... The Soviet Union will give you territory? What? What? Okay. Okay. This is a more intricate focus tree than I thought it was. I'm speechless. I'm sorry. Is this... Train, if you could hurry up, thank you very much, train. The train line that you can hear. You can what? I'm sorry. You can go into Saudi Arabia, can you? Am I correct on saying that? I am correct on saying that. Why? As you can see, I am currently very, very confused. Because I'm gonna be really honest, I have not played as Afghanistan, as I said previously, in a while, which means I sort of forgot what the focus tree contains, and with that, it's clear to see that I've forgotten the sheer size and ability of said focus tree. What in the name? How large is this focus tree? Don't tell me that's cross-border raids. Huh? We can claim... What in the name? Okay. We can join the Japanese faction. There are many things here I didn't know we could do. Well, let's zoom the focus tree out a little bit to see what we should do. I mean, presumably here, is it the best option? I mean, quite possibly, yeah. But it's just staying as... I'm sure there's options to do other things I haven't noticed yet. I'm just so taken back by the sheer size of this thing. Wow, it gets larger. Wow. What do I need for this? What's this one? Right, so if I want to do the Navy and build a Navy, we need to go... There's more? I'm sorry? Okay. The sheer size of this thing is concerning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to me finding out how purely outrageously large this entire thing is. There's a joint focus tree with I'm sorry, is that Turkey? It is indeed. So this is me purely guessing countries here, but Afghanistan, Iraq. Yeah, it's Iraq, Turkey, and Iran. I don't think there's words to explain this right now. Yeah. How do you get this? Okay, war support and manpower in the field. And then this one, world tension. And you can secure Iran. And demand. Wow. Okay. Right. Okay. We haven't done anything yet, and I'm honestly shocked. There is just wow. Wow. Okay. You can merge with Pakistan? I'm sorry? You can create a full merger with Pakistan? What is going on? First it becomes there's a massive focus tree to sort out, which is just like the path for war, and then there's a massive secondary sort of small focus tree of, the military and the navy, and then there's this third section of it, which I haven't got a clue what you're supposed to do there and why that's not part of the main one, but it's separate. And then you get a fourth one. It's just purely, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Lost for words, I think, is the best answer for this one. Let's see. I need to remember which not focus is. Console commands, that's the word. There you go. Right. So we'll go down that one, because it looks like there's another path or another part of it which I just completely ignored apparently. Okay. I am confused. Do we go down that path or remembering the rebellion? Well, here's the thing. Either way is okay, to be fair. I think for the sheer size, okay. For the sheer size of it, we probably, I mean, it's just so much to do. We need to get down to here. Does that make... Right, so that just moves our capital. And that needs which one? So that needs that, effectively. And that makes us an emirate. Right. So, I mean, we're going to have to go to war with the Soviet Union anyway. If this changes our name, it does indeed. I would much rather be an old empire than just normal Afghanistan. No offense to Afghanistan. But you know, when history calls, history calls. I don't think anyone's ever said that in their life. I guess I'm the first. Right. Request Japanese support. I should really read these before doing them. We request aid. Why are we requesting aid? When the Civil War begins. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, read your focuses before doing them. Otherwise, you'll end up like me, doing something and then realizing after exactly what it says and being confused why it says what it says. Yeah. Read focuses. It's a good idea. We can still request German support. Okay. Sure. I'm sorry, what are they talking about Civil War for? Oh, I think I see why now. And no, it's not the focus I was just on. It's this one. Yes. Yeah, you see, I didn't know. Oh well. We're getting a civil war either way, so we may as well start it now. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be really honest, this is gonna be really fun. Should probably probably do this one, wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, for the sake of sakes, heavy cavalry, I can't even speak anymore. Heavy cavalry will do. Reintroduce war elephants. I'm sorry. That's a thing. I mean, we're doing it because we can do it, so we may as well. But war elephants? Okay. This is purely... Yeah, I don't know. I think I lost the ability to comprehend anything about 5 minutes ago. Or more at this point. I think once I opened the focus tree and started seeing all the different paths and ways of doing things, completely lost any idea of what we're doing. So that's fun. I'm sure we'll be fine. Right, so let's turn our console command off. I'm going to try, this could go horribly wrong, but we're going to try and fight this war without doing a console command to add equipment and research everything. We're just going to try and do it using current equipment. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Well, we'll be fine. Also, elephants do sharpen their own division. That is interesting, to say the least. Wow. Some things I didn't think I was ever going to see. Elephants as divisions was one of them. But you know, we're here and we're now. Thank you, mouse. Took a second there to register the command. My mouse is a little bit behind, but it's not horrible, which is quite good. But I think once I get my new PC, everything will be a bit smoother and a little bit nicer to operate. Right, so we have not as little territory as I thought we were going to. I mean, I thought we were going to hold maybe one singular tile. So compared to that, it's not too bad. Problem we've got here is we're not in a good position because there's a demilitarized sort of border here that goes down, which means that's a front line and then that's a front line. So effectively split into two, which isn't great. But I reckon if we put these 5 divisions here, and then we push up to here, that way they should have control of Kabul. And then we put another front line on here. That will take the rest of them over there. And then we put another front line up to there. That hopefully should work. This is purely trial and error at this point, but you know, if it works out, it works out. And I hope it does. I have been proven right for the potential first time. It was a good decision. I'm not sure I can say that, but you know, Germany will supply us with weapons when the civil war begins. The civil war has just begun. Good. Afghanistan's not Afghanistan. We're Afghanistan. We can't provide ourselves with weapons. I mean, we can, but I don't think it'd be made a public announcement for it. It would just happen naturally because, well, if you want to fight a war, it's probably the best way of doing it. Hey, we've got territory. That I didn't think was going to happen so quickly. Have we lost a bit of territory up there? Who knows? Probably. Definitely. Yeah, it looks like we've lost territory. Or we've gained some, one or the other. We lost that. I'm pretty sure it's a loss of some level of territory. We're advancing a lot better in the west than we are in the east. But still we're advancing, so that's fine. In fact, in the east, I mean, you can count it as an advance. I mean, it's definitely not an advance, term-wise. It's more of a desperate defense, possibly, would be a word for that. But we'll try what we can get at this point. But yeah, it should be alright. Are we split into 2 front lines now? Oh, because there's another demilitarized zone. Of course there is. Right. So, we've been introduced to the 3rd sort of cut-off zone, which is fun. Because, you know, around Sahara and on the mountains and stuff, Paradox wanted to not be sort of passable, to sort of demonstrate the tough and sort of harsh terrain that would be there in real life. And obviously to do that, they've put a sort of cannot pass zone in, but the only problem that has is it basically splits the front line, which is quite annoying when you're in the middle of an operation, something like a civil war or an invasion of an enemy nation, and you're trying to advance in the nation and your front line gets split in half. That's not ideal. Especially what happened up here just a second ago, where the front line completely disappeared and just merged into the other two. That's not ideal, because that means that they have the opportunity to get behind our lines, take our capital, and it will not end well for us. So we need to make sure that does not happen. So hence I'm sending a cavalry unit up to go and sort that situation out, which we'll have to wait for it to get up there to know how that's going to go. And that's not really important to us. We're focusing on internal matters or domestic matters at this point, hoping to get to Kabul as quickly as possible, which would be quite nice. Right, so we are hopefully pushing on all 3 sort of front zones here. We're going to try and move, you know what, let's move the elephants. I want to see how well they fight. And I'll move the other two up there as well. That way we've got multiple fronts attacking, which should hopefully give us a little bit more of an advance. Because realistically, if we can break through one part of the front line that's sort of defended, then we can sort of encircle or go behind their units, basically create a pocket, and then, well, good to us. However, I think I've probably chosen the wrong type of troops to do this. Slow movement is a thing this is currently occurring, but I'm sure we'll be alright. But you know, we'll get there one day. Basically, we want to take Kabul as quickly as possible here. That way, once Kabul is, well, held by us, it will then give us an opportunity to start focusing on someone like Iran, or the British Raj, or Iraq, or someone like that, for, well, more territory is the only real thing that would provide us with the access to. Now we have forward advance here. I'm tempted to see whether our cavalry divisions can try and provide a flanking offensive here to pull round. We'll finish the video once this is done, and then possibly part 2 for this. But I doubt it. Will probably, I mean, we might, but likely is we'll come back with another series on this, or a sort of longer, more in-depth video. And by that I don't mean an hour and a half long. I mean a video which is edited in a different way at some point in the future. Because, you know, the videos currently, they're okay. I mean, I'm not saying they're the best quality, because they're not. I mean, I would much rather it be like a video, we go from the start of the campaign to the end goal in a video. That's what I want. I'll be honest, my editing is nowhere near that level yet. So I need to figure something out with that to sort the behind the scenes of all that out and whatever else needs to happen, which is fun. Also, we've achieved our encirclement here, which I was looking to do. So we will build the front line there. And then we'll take these 2 cavalry divisions here to assist with that, which hopefully will make the attack against the other troops from Afghanistan, or the opponent Afghanistan, to surrender, which would be quite nice. I obviously know cavalry to move quite quickly here to form the encirclement, hopefully. Also, we're not doing as bad as we were in the direction of Kabul now, which is obviously better. I mean, I'm not saying we're, you know, taking Kabul in the next 5 minutes, which we are going to do. Which, to be fair, we're advancing pretty well. We do need to sort of take, you know, a Kabul level of thing at this rate. If we can break through again on the front line, that'd be quite nice. I mean, we don't actually, surprisingly, we don't have to take. I take my statement back. We have to take it. Kabul must fall. I was going to say we probably don't have to take Kabul. Their surrender limit is a lot lower than I thought it was going to be at this point. Kabul must be taken for any sort of surrender to be thought about for their side, apparently. Now, if we've got a spare semi-equipped division here. Kabul looks quite nice to take here. We'll move the troops over there, and then if we do this and this, there you go. That should hopefully basically funnel a front line straight into Kabul, which I know is protected by troops, because I can see them attacking out of Kabul itself. But if we can use a little tactic of having an offensive unit basically pin them down, then we can have a defensive unit, then become an offensive unit, and hopefully take something. It's just an idea. It might work. It also might not. That was exactly the unit I was going to move. Fair enough. We could probably deploy some more units here, but I don't feel like it. I feel like probably focusing on the war effort might be a better idea. Let's have a look at what Focuses decisions are possible. Ignore them for now, they're not much interest. We will be sending the cavalry division back up here to go and hopefully hold back their offensive here, which is getting out of hand a little bit. Might need to just cut them off here. Could be quite a good idea, to be fair. Because we can basically swoop round, cut them off, basically cut their supply round, or cut the supply completely, and well, encircle them. So quite nice that. We also should probably send more troops. I mean, deploying more troops would probably be a good idea at this point. But yeah, we'll just hold off against the two defensive, against the defense that's going on there. Before we move those two out of theatre here, we're going to push them into the pocket and hopefully seize said pocket, which would be really good to do, because it will basically give us that sort of victory again, which would be quite nice, and just gaining the territory back, which would be really good, which at some point surely they'd have to surrender. They're still doing quite well. They are 31% towards surrender, which isn't where I wanted them to be. I wanted them to be about 50 right now, but they're not. Let's attack in there and try and open that front up there. Hopefully this will push things in our favour a little bit. It should now, because we've got a lot of divisions attacking that one tile. And hopefully they have to pull out of it. Right. They do not seem keen to pull out of the tile, which is purely fun. Sometime today is ideal for this. I'm gonna give this video another 2 minutes until it gets to 36 minutes, and if we're not any further to Kabul than we are now, going to end the video, because as you can see in the bottom right corner, it is currently 2:55 in the afternoon, and I need to start editing this video pretty much now, in order for it to get out on time, as I was unable to film it yesterday because today's Friday. I was unable to film yesterday because I had to film for another of my channels, because that channel is normally filmed on a Wednesday and goes out on the Wednesday. But unfortunately, I was busy this Wednesday doing something else, and I will be busy next Wednesday as well. So that meant it had to be filmed on Thursday, which means this has to come out on the Friday and be filmed on a Friday, which I don't like doing anymore. But when it has to be done, it has to be done. Anyway. Yeah, we're not taking Kabul, let's be honest. Great. We'll try again, one last hurrah. We'll just launch everything that we've got at it. Should be right, yeah. Yeah, we're not taking it. Right. With the news that we're not probably going to take Kabul in this episode before I need to stop, which is now, I will say now, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, please do like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications when you do subscribe, so you never miss another upload from me. And I shall see you all back next week for another video, which probably could be a follow-up episode to this Afghanistan episode. So this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part episode, 2 or 3 part series of just playing as Afghanistan, doing a few sort of fun invasions until we reform the empire that we want to do. So I'll see you all back here next week for another video on Afghanistan. Yeah, see you all then. Bye for now. Bye.